The channel CivDiv, CivDiv YouTube, is an American, I don't know what you want to call him, soldier in Ukraine. And he has been back, I think, 3 times. He's been back multiple times for multiple deployments. And I've watched him, and he's talked about different things leading up to where he's at right now. Veteran problems, battle problems, situations that he has to overcome. Well, he explained a situation over the last little bit that he recorded, but he wasn't allowed to, or he isn't allowed to upload the video of it, but he explained it in detail. And after he explained it, I got to thinking, why don't they build this machine? So this is the story. He was talking about how he was learning to fly a drone, and I'm pretty sure he had thermals on his drone, and when he was flying it, he noticed something. And basically what it was he noticed something. He noticed some stragglers at the back of a larger Russian group trying to catch up to the main group that had a cloaking, I don't know if you want to call it cloth or a tarp, and they were able to hide from the drone. In fact, when he saw the group, he says, wow, he can't believe that he saw them, and the only way he was able to detect them is because of those 2 stragglers. Well, they hopped in a car that did a rotation, brought in new troops, took out old troops, and from how he described it, and if you look at a map and you say that the guys are doing the rotation from this building right here, they got picked up by this car. And when this car drove away, well, they were in such a rush because they were getting attacked from the visual that this guy, CivDiv, him and his team, they were watching them, and they were getting fired upon. And so the van on the Russian side that was trying to do the rotation, and you can kind of visualize this, they were trying to get away, and they made a wrong turn. So, okay, let's say that they were going east towards their headquarters where they do the rotation, and they do a wrong turn. Let's say it's a left. He said they made a second wrong turn too. So if you think about it, they basically made 2 lefts. And something happened. The car got hit, or they had to stop, and they all got out. And then they fled into a empty house. And the house basically got destroyed, and the Russians were pretty pissed off about it. And then I got to thinking, yeah, this is all visual. I can't see it. I don't know. I'm not a grand military tactician. But I was thinking, what would help a rotation? Because CivDiv explained at the end of the video that he had to do himself a rotation, and they got shot at. Rockets coming overhead. And I just got to thinking, wouldn't it be easier to do a rotation to get to the vehicle if you had a bicycle, if you had a motorcycle? Now, hang with me here for a second, but if you had a motorcycle, it would be loud and it would set off a signature. If you had an electric motorcycle, it might set off a heat signature, but not right at first. Not when you're, not when you first started up. If you had an electric motorcycle that had a smaller cc engine, much like a pit bike, so it's like a pit bike 160cc as well as an electric bike. Basically, it's a hybrid. So that if you need to ride in full electric mode, you can. If you need to ride in full petrol, gasoline mode, you can. Or if you want to ride in both, you can. Or if you're in a rush and you have one of those kickstands that it's both sides where it just lifts the entire bike up, you could bump start it like the prototype race cars do. So basically, it doesn't have a starter. You just put the bike in gear, spin the tires until it jumps itself, and then you're off. You're off to the races. Or you could leave it in electric mode and just scoot off. But then, yeah, if your battery dies, you're going to have to, and then you're also going to have a kickstart too. You know, it's basically just going to have to be an electric hybrid pit bike. So, yeah. But what a machine. What a machine that, don't you think they should develop? I'd love to ride one on the track at the pit bike races for sure. But the problem is it would be kind of a fast bike, 160 cc's. So, 20 horsepower on top of, let's say 20, let's say 20 horsepower. I mean, you're now 40, 50 horsepower. You're getting into kind of a faster vehicle. Not super fast, not a super fast bike, but fast enough to get you the hell out of Dodge, out of a war zone. And if you can make that in a small, compact package, oh my God. If you patent this thing, call it the Rockstar patent, because I made this up.